And we're back. Welcome back to part 2 of the episode 1 of RTD, where we're talking about Age of Sigmar, USAriadna, and GenCon in general. We're continuing on with question number 4. With me on my panel, it is Solid Smurf, John from Lords of the Underworld?
Old World.
Okay. And Tim from Cool Mini or Not. Question number 4. Corvus Belli has charged forward with N3 Infinity 3rd Edition with 2 reveals this month. First, we will likely see a revised Human Sphere for N3 to also incorporate Campaign Paradiso's rule set without the missions. By the end of the year, supposedly, I'm injecting the time frame because that's just par for the course. And for GenCon, we will see, and this is legit, see a full American sectorial army called USAriadna. Upon reviewing the sculpts and everything included in the USAriadna box on a scale of 1 to 10, 1 being rubbish, 10 being an amazing steal, how good is the USAriadna box going to be for both new and existing player base? And for this, we're going to start with, let's start with John.
So the number that I found was $95. Is that correct?
So you can find it online for some discount. I think let's use I think the retail price is $100.
Okay. So yeah, okay. So $100. I think I don't know what any of the stats do, but for those wolves alone, I would drop $100 on this box. So a 9.
Nice. All right, Tim, what's your thoughts?
Wolves say it all, man. For me, it was a 9 or a 10. I mean, that's pretty much all I run in Ariadna. So.
Nice. Smurf, your thoughts?
Okay, so I gave it an 8, and the Wolves won it for me, but that motorcycle, I have a deep hatred for all Infinity motorcycles and the pain it is to put them together. So it dropped it down to an 8 for me.
Oh, nice.
Actually, hindsight, I'm dropping mine to
a hobbyist perspective. It's good to know where that's coming from. I will say honestly that I think the entire deal is an 8. And the reason I take off a couple points, and I know there's gonna be like, you're a war core, blah blah blah. No, the reality though is that I really think I got in the hierarchy of 1 to 10. I give Operation Ice Storm. I think the whole idea of having a 2-player box was really great, and USAriadna is going to be an interesting beast from the standpoint that most of the models fall into a modern-looking military thing, and then you have these werewolves, right? So it's kind of, and antipodes and aliens that just kind of pop up, right? So if you're one or the other and not both, I don't know how excited you are about everything that's in the box. I think the fact that it comes with terrain, all the miniatures, dice, and everything, though, completely keeps it way up in the 8, 9s, and 10s. It's just a matter of are you the kind of player that enjoys both sides of the spectrum? If so, you're going to love this box and you're going to jump it back up to a 9 or a 10. Follow-on conversation.
I'm finding from their website the euro conversion brings it to $100.35, if that means anything.
Yeah, I think for GenCon they're selling it at $100 for you to get it.
So yeah, I'm also really excited about the guy with the flamethrower. He's pretty cool.
Yeah, the resculpts that GW has put out too, absolutely amazing. You're seeing a trend where game companies are definitely moving to that more detailed, impressive. And GW or Corvus Belli just recently increased the base size for a lot of their miniatures as well. I think that's going to help them with their sculpts.
Are these guys a bigger scale than their other ones? Because I know their other ones were like 28 mil, right? Are these a bigger size now?
Having not seen the models firsthand, I'm reluctant to answer that question, but I think the short answer is yes. Although I think the human-sized ones might just be minorly larger, but if you look at antipodes, for instance, from where they were to where they are, even in the Antipode Assault Pack, it's a massive scale difference.
Well, and I really think also I think the wolves are making a comeback recently. We can see the new sculpts or I say new, they've been out for a while from Privateer Press. We're seeing these guys, and then Tim, forgive my filthy casualness, but when we were at the game store today and we're looking at the Wrath of Kings and saw some of those wolves were absolutely gorgeous. I don't know what they were, but he had a big axe and a steam pipe thing, and it was
the
cool.
shield breaker from the
Yeah, I mean, wolves are a thing right now. Like, they're making a comeback, and it's. I think it's great. I think it's really cool.
Tim, talk a little bit about how you make the wolves happen for US or for Ariadna in general.
Margot and Duroc are about the only thing I can say on that. But for me, I've always been a big fan of like werewolves and the werewolf culture. I mean, hell, even going back RPGs, Werewolf the Apocalypse was one of my favorite games. So to me, the moment they started making these hulking wolves running around the field, I was like, okay, that's the army for me. The moment I saw them in the box, even the new Antipodes and the Dog Warriors, like I bought them all immediately because the sculpts are so much better than we've seen in the past. I think that's a thing as a whole, is sculpting has progressed leaps and bounds over the years. It's not like 3 guys on the planet that can sculpt. It's now a whole army of people that can all sculpt, and they can all sculpt really well that, we're seeing quality of miniatures come up by leaps and bounds because of it.
Okay, I'm going to ask a quick follow-on question, and any one of you guys can jump in, or maybe I'll actually pick. But seeing the impressive rating of 8, 9, and 10 that we've all given this box, okay, in the U.S., given, like, let's say 2 months after GenCon, how many times when players are going to the game store are they going to be dealing with USAriadna mirror matches, okay? Let's start with Tim.
I'm going to say 6 on this one. Again, it's new hotness. Everybody's going to want to play it. If they're Infinity players and they don't mind buying more armies, everybody's going to be playing it, and they're all going to be excited to try it out. Again, having that new feel, that's exactly what they're going to go to right off the bat. So
yeah. I'm sorry. Van Zant with a sectorial force where I can create a link team? Yes, thank you. Smurf.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm going to stay out of this one. I don't follow much Infinity. On the competitive side, I look at the models. Yeah, I've painted your stuff. I mean,
I just mean from a casual game. Like, how often is it going to be USAriadna mirror matches?
Oh, all the time. We live in America. I mean, America. We're going to see it all the time. And I mean, yeah, of course we are. I mean, do you have a choice? Oh, do we want to be British? Do we want to be Japanese? It could be America. Can I get more flag with that, please? And a bald eagle with a side of freedom. So
nice, John. What's your thoughts?
I mean, I think this is always potentially a danger of releasing a intro pack to a new faction and pushing a campaign with only one army in it. I mean, everybody's going to want to play it who's playing the game already. They look like fantastic miniatures, so from a hobbyist perspective, that's also an attractive and appealing factor. So 6, maybe on a scale of 1 to 10.
Yeah, I actually think I think the number is going to be actually slightly lower, but it's not going to be because it's not going to be there. I think when I went to go demo Age of Sigmar today, in order to talk about part 1 of this RTD, there were 4 guys that I also knew who played Infinity at the store, and every single one of them were selling their existing armies to go pick up USAriadna. So I think that kind of adoption rate is going to be awesome for Corvus Belli, and I think the sculpts are worthwhile, and I think that's a great thing. At the same time, there's plenty of other people who are kind of diehard about their factions. I mean, so I think it's going to happen, and I think early on we're going to see it happen, and then I think it's going to then all of a sudden trickle back off towards the end of the year as Human Sphere gets released, N3, and we're going to probably have even more Toha players on the board.
Do you know what we call those people?
No.
Traitors.
Right. Yeah, exactly. All right. Any follow-on thoughts here? Tim, did you have anything else you want to throw in there?
No, just I was going to start playing the Team America World Police theme song, but try to keep it PG.
Nice. Appreciate it. Question number 5. With an impending rule change for Human Sphere, on a scale of 1 to 10, what are we seeing as the stress rates for Infinity players? 1 being nothing, 10 being the same sorts of screams we're hearing across the internet from fantasy players for Age of Sigmar. And with that, we will start with let's start with John.
So this one has to be a 1 or a 0 because the screaming hissy fit that is Age of Sigmar is the furthest possible thing from anybody's possible reaction to anything else. Like, I mean, we could elect a crab person lizard hybrid as president, and the bitching would be less than what they're doing for Age of Sigmar. So, I mean, a 1.
Okay.
It's not going to be there.
Tim, what's your thoughts?
I'd say 3 or 4. I mean, you're going to have those few people that, have found those like loopholes or a little bit of broken stuff in their list that they've been exploiting for years that are now either going to get cleaned up or the points will be adjusted because of it. And they'll cry and they'll throw their models and they'll take their rest of their models and go home. But past that, I don't see it being that big of a thing.
Smurf, your thoughts?
1, I've heard 0 rumbling at all.
All right. I'm going to give this about a 2, and I'm kind of agreeing with everyone's low evaluation. The thing that Infinity fan, there has been some concerns, right? But a lot of those concerns haven't been on the change, right? It's more of they just want the rules faster, and it's more of a desire to have it right away, like. A lot of them, I think, would have wanted it the second the N3 core rulebook came out, and even that, there's kind of a bit of a lot of the grumbling about it that I can't find it online. The only place I can find it is hidden in like 1 or 2 forum threads in the Infinity Game forum site where they kind of all the Infinity fans gather together and like. Well, I wish I could have had it earlier. Yeah, me too. Shh. Okay, let's not talk about this too loudly. But I appreciate that, right? Like from a game player's perspective, I think that shows a lot of trust in the fan base of Infinity, which I think from a person who plays in a lot of Infinity, I like seeing that. Any future discussion about this, or should we just go ahead and move on to the prediction question, which I think everyone wants to jump to?
Let's go to prediction.
Yeah. All right. Question number 6. It's our prediction question. Make a prediction no matter how outlandish, and there is no discussion about this. You may say something that someone else thinks is stupid, shut your face, okay? About anything regarding Age of Sigmar, the U.S. infiltration of Infinity, USAriadna, America, or GenCon 2015. And we're going to start with our co-host, Solid Smurf.
So what I think Games Workshop was trying to do with Age of Sigmar was piggyback off of Age of Ultron. So what we're going to be seeing in future releases is that there's going to be a fist that has these stones in it controlled by chaos. And Sigmar is trying to come take it back, but they're just failing miserably and they just need to promote it better.
Nice. John, what's your thoughts?
I think that GenCon 2015, the most resounding best part of it is going to be Conan Rise of Monsters.
I'm excited about that. There's some cool stuff in there.
And feel free to check that out. You can look for Pulposaurus John on Cool Mini or Knots forums, as well as Daka Daka and Worsier. And our Facebook page, Crom, or Conan Rise of Monsters on Facebook. And look for a Kickstarter, which will be launching next week. I mean, it's going to be awesome. GenCon.
Yes. Yes. This episode of the RTD brought to you in part by the makers of Crom. Anyways, Tim, you go.
I think that the GW reps that they're sending into GenCon to be kind of covert and talk to people off to the side are either going to be lifted up and lauded as the heroes of the new age of fantasy, or they're going to be taken out back and beaten severely and lit on fire. I haven't decided which one yet, but either one, it's getting filmed and put on YouTube.
Nice. I'm wondering if I need to bring extra cameras now. Okay, so my prediction question, I think what we're going to see is that in the space of GenCon, that Age of Sigmar is actually going to demo incredibly well, but I don't know that GenCon will be the space in which GW reclaims all the complaints. I think if the existing veteran fan base doesn't learn to relax their concerns, that GW spending money to attend GenCon 2015 will be a complete waste of their money. And I think that's really the beginning and ending of it. All right, this has been the RTD, Episode 1. Age of Sigmar, USAriadna, and GenCon 2015.
Woo!
Thank you.
Yeah.
I'm so excited we finally got it done. Woo!
Woo! Oh, I'm gonna go eat dinner.